The Nightingale by Hans Christian Andersen. Once upon a time, in the vast empire of China, there was a grand palace where the emperor lived. The palace was surrounded by the most magnificent gardens in the world, full of exotic plants, delicate flowers, and sparkling fountains. But what the emperor loved most was the beautiful song of a nightingale that lived deep in the nearby forest. Although the nightingale's song was famous throughout the kingdom, many of the emperor's courtiers had never seen the bird or heard its song. The nightingale was simple and plain to look at, yet its music was so sweet and pure that people traveled from far and wide just to listen. One day the emperor read about the nightingale in a book that described its song as the most beautiful in all the land. Curious, the emperor commanded that the nightingale be brought to him so he could hear it sing. The courtiers were alarmed, for none of them knew where to find the nightingale. They searched throughout the palace and the gardens, but the nightingale was nowhere to be found. Finally, a humble kitchen maid spoke up. She told them that she had heard the nightingale sing many times while she gathered water in the forest. With the kitchen maid's help, the courtiers found the nightingale and brought it to the palace. The little bird sang for the emperor, and its voice was so sweet and melodious that it brought tears to his eyes. "Stay with me, dear nightingale," said the emperor, "and you shall live in luxury. You will sing for me whenever I wish." The nightingale agreed and stayed at the palace, but it soon became unhappy. The courtiers placed the bird in a golden cage, and although it was treated well, the nightingale longed for the freedom of the forest. One day, a gift arrived for the emperor, a mechanical nightingale covered in jewels and gold that could sing like the real bird. The emperor was delighted with the beautiful toy. The mechanical bird's song was perfect, but it always sang the same tune. The emperor quickly became enchanted with the mechanical bird, and soon the real nightingale was forgotten. Feeling sad and unwanted, the nightingale slipped away from the palace and returned to the forest. For a time, the emperor was content with his jeweled mechanical bird. It sang the same song over and over again, and the people admired it for its beauty. But one day the bird's gears began to wear out, and it broke, leaving the emperor without its song. Years passed, and the emperor grew ill. He lay in his bed, weak and alone, with no music to comfort him. He wished for the sweet song of the nightingale, but it was nowhere to be found. One night, as the emperor lay on his deathbed, the real nightingale flew to his window. Perching on the sill, the nightingale began to sing. Its song was so beautiful and filled with life that the emperor felt his strength returning. "Thank you, dear nightingale," the emperor whispered. "You have saved me with your song. Will you stay with me forever?" The nightingale replied, "I will not live in a cage, but I will come when I please. I will sing for you and bring joy to your heart, but only if I am free." The emperor agreed, and from that day on, the nightingale visited the palace often, singing its beautiful song for the emperor and all who wished to hear. And so the nightingale's song brought happiness and health to the emperor, while the mechanical bird remained silent and still. The nightingale was cherished once again, and the emperor learned the value of true beauty and freedom. If you enjoyed this story, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more magical tales. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an adventure. Have a great day, and see you in the next story.